take care of him. He's taking care of you, and be kind to our hardworking wait staff. They're also working really hard. No heckling will not be tolerated. Sit back and enjoy the show. And without further ado, let's bring up our hosts for the evening. You know them, you love them. Please make it loud for Eddie Pepitone and Kevin Tienken.
Mess, which explores the decline of civilization. As we know it, as you know, the civilization is falling apart. That's right. And me and Kevin are here to guide you through it. Now, I just want to say this off the top. New material. I've gotten into machine pornography. Yes. I've gotten into machine pornography. Where women, and it could be men too, yes. I mean, I could care less at this point. I'm serious. Anybody who will have sex with me, I'm up for.
Absolutely. Especially
men,
soft metal, you know, any type of machine, mechanics.
Yeah, by the way, this makes me feel like we are doing comedy on a cliff.
Yeah, no.
Like, you have a nice puffy fucking jacket on.
I'm wearing my nice boots tonight, dude. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm staying warm, I'm staying loose.
It just looks like a bad Patagonia ad. Like it's not Patagonia. Hello, I'm Kevin Tienken for not Patagonia. Now, I know what you're thinking. Eddie is too manic.
That's what I was saying.
And why does Eddie attack Kevin right away? Why does he make fun of his clothes? Is Eddie the one who's insecure?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe it's my mental illness that displays itself. I feel sorry for you tonight, having to deal with me.
No, it's great. No, I'll just be over here.
No, let's talk. You know, we have a podcast, and partly this came out of the podcast we do called Apocalypse Soon.
Yes.
And it's a very clever play on Apocalypse Now. You know, maybe not now, but soon. Yes. Very, very soon. A lot of people say to me, I'll get back to the machine pornography.
Please.
A lot of
forget.
A lot of people say to me, Eddie, are you ready for the Civil War in this country? Am I ready for the Civil War?
Yeah.
I can't even fucking deal with, like, if I can't find the remote after I've made a sandwich and, like, a game is on that I want to see. I'm like, where is the remote? I am not ready for a Civil War. I feel like that would be a fucking inconvenience. I feel like it would be off-putting.
It would. That's the only reason I'm here, to just go, you're correct.
No, you're not.
Eddie, let me ask you this.
Yes, go ahead.
How was your week? This is how you start a conversation here.
Wow.
Folks.
My week was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I've been smoking too much pot, but not tonight. I'm very responsible. Like, Eddie, you have a show, you know, and your name is on this show. Usually, if I'm just a guest at a show, I'll get high. You know, I'll piss on their show.
Yeah. There's too much reference for this show to get high.
But me, this is our show.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fuck it up with a great substance that makes me feel lighter.
It's good when you feel a little bit lighter. You know?
But let me tell you, and this is a nice
responding to that.
Let me tell you, and this is a nice segue into the machine pornography.
Thank you.
When I get high, I get ridiculously horny. And round of applause if that happens, right? It's just one guy in the corner. One guy in the corner. Nobody else. I don't believe that. I have some kind of weird thing.
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
Well, you're a supportive guy.
I am. No, I think it's fantastic. I mean, anytime you can get an erection, I think you should celebrate. You know what I mean? Whether it's from the wrong, you know, you're high, you know, if you're getting aroused, I say, like, lean into it.
Now, this is...
Put it to work.
This is kind of a spoiler alert, what Kevin just did. I am having big problems getting erections now, and it may not come back, I've been told. That's what I've been told. So I put on machine pornography.
Yeah.
You know, because this is women, at least for me now, it's women getting pleasured by a machine. Call me like a technology bro.
Yeah.
Call me someone on the forefront of technology. But, you know, and I'm the type of guy, my dad got me into tools. So I'm looking on the machine, is it a Black & Decker? Like, what? I thought that was a funny name to throw out there, Black & Decker. Apparently not. And that's the beauty of stand-up comedy, is that you're always getting punched in the fucking face by people who are so numb.
Yes.
Like, you make it your business not to be numb, to be an artist who purveys the truth and keeps the flame burning for a greater truth. And then you put a line out like a Black & Decker, it gets nothing, and then I don't want to give you the truth. I don't want to fucking do anything.
Yeah, no.
How was your week?
My week was pretty good. I didn't quit smoking weed.
I know you did.
I kept going, buddy. You know, I go all night. You know, my wife wakes up in the middle of the night and she goes, "What do you do?" I'm still working hard.
Well, you do a lot of editing, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm not sneaking down to the garage and just smoking weed. And
But you don't have to sneak. Your wife is cool, right?
she's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't know how much you smoke.
That is true. That is very true. No, it's hilarious because when Eddie's wife goes out of town, he turns into a teenager. Like, he's like, "She's out of town, you got any weed?" He's like, "Eddie, I thought you were sober." It's like, Karen's out of town, it's party time.
I like to drive around in my 2006 Honda Element, a little high, and I listen in my car, I listen to the Golden Bachelor. Pretty funny, huh? Oh, maybe Pepitone does have something to teach us tonight. You fucking idiots. I listen to the Golden Bachelor just because it's some kind of cultural phenomenon in this wasteland of shit. It really is a wasteland. I wish I was more articulate, but that's how I'm describing it these days. Just a wasteland of shit. Can you help me with that? Like something more articulate?
Yeah,
like
a devastation of landscape. It's sad.
Yeah.
Malaise of gargantuan depression.
That'd be a funny ad for Zoloft, like, are you suffering from a malaise of gargantuan depression? When your dog licks your face, do you just think about strangling the dog? Are you that depressed that even a dog, that's when you know you're depressed, when a dog, can't bring you out of your depression because they are just love incarnate.
Yes. No, yelling at a dog or a baby always is weird. You see it a lot. You do.
Where do you hang out, Target?
Oh, I have a lot of
that's a reference for all the Main Street people. Children get yelled at Target.
They do. They really do. Now, people get really intense at Target. But yeah, no, I always see it's weird when somebody's screaming at a child out of anger. Like, something that they forced into the universe, and then they're pissed because it has to poop or something.
Yeah, I always want to intervene, but I'm like, no, I might get hurt.
What would would you say?
That's the only thing that stops me from helping others, is a fear for my own safety.
Well, you have a lot. I mean,
I'm older. I don't need this shit. I'm older. I'm brittle now.
a lot of things hold you back from like doing good in the world. You know, you often talk about protesting and we need to get out in the streets. You know, and we really need to take action, and yet
We do.
when I often see you, in nature, you're not doing that.
No.
Or you're actually usually in your apartment, and
I'm trying to get through, like most of us, I'm trying to get through Ozark. I was late to the party with Ozark. I thought, how could this hold up? A fucking middle-class family from Chicago being threatened by drug cartels? How are they gonna do this? How is Bateman, the master of no reaction? Yes! Jason Bateman, a master at just fucking low-keying everything. I'd like to tell Bateman, hey Bateman, both your kids were murdered in a 7-Eleven. You know how he would react? All right, thank you very much. That's how he would react.
he's just waiting at 2 feet of blood, just going, well, we gotta get to work. Well, Eddie, I think a nice juxtaposition to the reactionless of Bateman's witnessing a murder would be how to get past that, and we do one of those things, which is your meditations.
Yes, now folks, I'm going to lead you right now. We do this on the podcast too. A round of applause if you listen or watch the podcast. There's a couple. All right, that's more than I thought. And also, I'm sure some of you were bullshitting. I've heard fucking pity applause before. You can tell it by the sound of the clap, like how hard is the clap. If it's a really soft clap or a golf clap, they call it.
No, these are nice people, but
Yeah.
not everything you say is that funny.
We'll see if they're nice. We'll see how nice they are after the show.
We gotta
when I
prepare.
meet them and talk face to face.
I'm going to try to get the ambiance in here just a little bit.
Well,
better if I can.
you really want to get going on this.
I want to get this going and make this just really look good in here.
All right, so I'm gonna send you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a guided meditation.
All right, that should be enough, I think. What do you think, more or less? More. Let's get a little bit more. I'm glad we're doing this together, too. Come on, buddy.
Do we have music and images coming?
Oh, they're coming, buddy.
This is a high-tech show, folks. Like, this is actually just cigarette smoke we captured. All right, everybody.
Oh, here, let me intro real quick.
Oh, okay.
And now, as Elon Musk takes over the government, and you're sitting in your chair worried about your bills, close your eyes, relax, take a deep breath, and join us for another guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Okay, everybody, I hope you're all in loose-fitting clothing. Just really nice material that most of us can't afford. They sell it at Lululemon. They sell it at Fleet Feet. I got a sweatsuit once at Fleet Feet for $300. And that's because my father passed away and I got his money. I would have never have been able to buy that tracksuit. But the reason I bring it up is not to celebrate your parents' death. If you have money. But to hope that you're in loose-fitting clothing because we want to breathe, we want to let our body breathe, and the worst thing to do meditation in is Kevlar. Just ask any of the troops. I used to entertain troops in World War I. I would be in the trenches, just going back and forth in the trenches going, mustard gas, huh guys? That's nuts. Any of it honey mustard? At least that would be something. It was very funny. It was a little hacky. But it was World War I. Millions were killed. Do you know how many millions of people were killed in World War I? But we're in the middle of a meditation, so don't think about that. Just let all the deaths that happened in 1917, 1914, 1915. 1917 was actually the Bolshevik Revolution. And that's when the world thought we had a chance. The workers were uniting, but Trotsky and Lenin came out of that, and murder ensued. So with your first out-breath, breathe out all the dictators. Breathe out Pol Pot, who just murdered people because he would see people with glasses on and think they were intellectuals. Because they had glasses and he was killing the intellectual, he would just kill them. And it's sort of like what's gonna happen here, because the people in power are so fucking stupid. They're so fucking stupid that they are gonna go after intellectuals, which is why when I am in public, I only read baseball books. I was trying to think of a funnier book title, and I couldn't because I smoke too much marijuana. The reason I smoke is because I can't naturally decompress. None of us would have to smoke weed or drink copious amounts of alcohol or sniff cocaine off of each other's genitalia if we were able to breathe properly. So with your first in-breath, I want you to breathe in all the technology that makes women come. Just breathe that in. Breathe that in. Take that image and expand it. And then think of the things that make you come. Think of everything that makes you come. Like for me, it's just watching film noir. I don't know, there's some tension in film noir that makes me orgasm. Whenever they go on the lam, I have an episode. Now, after you've breathed in all this orgasmic stuff, with your next out-breath, I want you to breathe out the fact that maybe 7 families in the United States own 80% of the gross national product, or something like that. I'm usually in the ballpark. It's probably not gross national product, but you get the idea. There's a tremendous concentration of wealth that Bernie Sanders and AOC keep talking about, but they don't really do anything. Especially Bernie, who had the opportunity to start a third party when he got kneecapped by the Democratic National Convention and Hillary Clinton, and instead, Bernie promoted Hillary. And that's what you get. You get this. You get this.
Thanks for joining us on another guided meditation. Eddie Pepitone.
Thanks, everybody. You know what I'm thinking today, too, Kev? We have another segment. I like that fog thing.
I Right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It felt like a cuddle blanket.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been
It felt like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
Anybody, round of applause if you have a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
I'm alone.
Well, we do another bit that this fog is going to be absolutely perfect for. Now, this is
Cloudy
It's
today.
a little cloudy, so we do another bit where it's film noir, and it's the journey of a man who's in the gig economy and just he's going through life. And so, you guys ready for that one?
You know the gig economy, right? You know the economy where there's no health benefits and you work 3 different jobs and you still can't afford the rent. You know that economy? Yeah. I thought there'd be a little silence. God forbid we're up here talking about real things instead of shower sex.
Now, this is a big shower sex crowd. We'll give it to you later. I got a lot of shower sex material. I don't want to bury the lead. No, this one is, so this is another noir. So, Rick, you ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead and get that next one ready. We'll do the next one here. Crank that up a little bit. And now, the continued journey of the film noir, Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
It was a rainy Sunday night. I was in my 1979 Dodge Dart. I use it for Uber. I use it for Uber Eats. I use it for DoorDash. I use it for Instacart. I use it for Lyft. I use it to live in. And the rain started coming down heavy. The rain started coming down heavier than my childhood was. The rain started coming down like so many little people. Each raindrop was a person beating on my windshield with its tiny fists, saying, don't go out in this rain. I had never seen rain like this. Is this what they meant by a cyclone event or one of the new weather terms that I have forgotten? Today I had to get a burrito from Eagle Rock to Beverly Hills. One burrito. And I had to drive like a bat out of hell. Beverly Hills sucks to get to from Eagle Rock. And I hate the 2. I hate that highway. The 2. What the fuck is the 2? Nobody knows if the 2 is even real. It's such a little piece of shit highway. But I had this burrito next to me, and I was delivering it to a person named Luann Ladzinski, who made her money as a makeup artist for the Kardashians. I sensed that the burrito was getting a little cold because I touched the foil it was in, and it didn't feel as hot as it did 5 minutes ago, which an old science teacher of mine would say, that's right. Heat dissipates over time. And I was driving through the rain, was slashing down on my car like some fuck in a goalie mask in a horrible, horrible horror film that had 5 or 6 sequels because nobody had an original idea in this town since deciding to build this fucking place back in the late 1890s. Oh, God, I remember when I used to watch the Keystone Cops by Mac Sennett. You remember Mac Sennett? I was just talking to myself at this point. The rain hammering down on my car like a carpenter on methamphetamine, just driving nails into my head. I wasn't close to Beverly Hills and I touched the burrito and the thing felt like a corpse. It felt like Betty Davis. After she was dead, of course. Betty Davis had a horrible rep toward the end of her life about being a pain in the ass on set. You try getting on set when you're 90. It sucks. They yell at you like, "Where is Betty?" And you're like, "She's almost dead, leave her alone." Anyway, the rain slashed at my fucking car and I could barely see. You know how when you're driving and you could barely see out of the windshield, it's raining that hard and you're just praying that little children from France aren't running in front of your car. I don't know why I said from France. It seemed funny to me. Children in France seem funny because of the accent. They all, in my head, they're all running around going, "Tout de l'or, toute la peine, toute la peine." The burrito was cold, and I know Luann, the makeup artist for the Kardashians, liked her bean burrito warm. I don't know why she wouldn't order it from a closer Chipotle. But I raced over there and I saw her standing in the rain. Her makeup was running on her face. She looked like a clown, like Pagliacci in an opera, like Pagliacci. Before Pagliacci went on meds. I threw the burrito out of my car window. I said, "Go fuck yourself." I always get 0 stars. People now, when Uber tells them I'm their driver, it comes with a warning that says, "Good luck, carry a weapon." The rain petered out. It petered out, and all of a sudden the sun broke out. I put on Johnny Mathis's "I Can See Clearly Now." The rain is gone, and I floored my car and drove into the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for joining us on another Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
All right, guys. Should we bring up our first?
Yes. Absolutely. You guys are great. You guys ready for some more show? Yeah. Sunshiny day.
That's a great fucking song, isn't it?
It really is. I love that song.
One of those like songs that you don't admit you listen to, but you listen to a lot. I have a wet radio, by the way. Anybody, you know what a wet radio is? You know what? Fuck you. No, I don't like the attitude. I bring up a new topic. It's met with what? Fuck.
Well, hey, we
Yeah.
don't have too much time. We got to get into 2 more bits. I mean, I want to soak this up. I want to soak it up.
All right, well,
Pepitone likes to be
I don't
free.
like when I brought up the... Do you know what a wet radio is?
Is that a radio that you've turned on?
It was a thing, and I'm being serious. It was a thing before the internet where you could hang this fucking thing in your shower.
Yeah.
It was a radio, like a little transistor, and you could shower and listen to the radio. Anybody remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because by your lack of reaction, it seemed like I was talking about a fucking specific kind of poisonous frog. All right, so what are we doing now?
Well, we got a couple of bits we want to do. First, so me and Eddie do a couple of things. The first thing we're going to do, I think we got praying for celebrities, and this is a sketch we do.
Yeah, this is another sketch on the podcast, Apocalypse Soon.
Yeah.
And it is about the fact that you never hear little kids praying for celebrities.
So theater of the mind a little bit. Guys, imagine a scene. Father is walking into his son's room. Okay, Rick, go ahead and hit it. All right, son. It's time for bed. Gosh, you've had a rough day today. Pretty big day there, pal.
I'm tired, Dad.
All right, well, we got to make sure we say our prayers to the Lord upstairs. All right?
Dad?
Yes, sir?
How come the doors are nailed shut and I can't get out?
Oh, come on, son. The world's dangerous out there. You know that.
I don't know, Dad. I feel like this is more than just a father-son relationship. I feel like you're a bad man.
You're such a funny kid. All right, let's...
I am tired. Dad,
Yes.
how come the word ass master is spray painted on the side of our house?
Son, you know that's Dad's old punk band. We're the Ass Blasters.
All right.
Let's say our prayers, son, all right? It's
Okay,
time.
I'm gonna pray for some celebrities.
All right, let's close our eyes
Okay.
and bow our heads. There's a lot of celebrities hurting out there, son.
Okay.
They need your prayers. Okay.
I want to first pray for Harrison Ford. I mean, I know he's got a lot of money, Dad. You know, but I saw when Nikki Glazer during the Oscars went after him, he was angry.
Yeah.
And I think something's bugging Harrison Ford. And then, to further compound it, he did a Super Bowl commercial.
And he's got so much money already.
Why would he sell out to some fucking car company, Dad?
Well, Harrison...
I think he's in trouble. And then I also want to pray.
We're praying to the Lord
I
here,
want
son.
to pray.
Don't get distracted. We're
I want
talking
to
to Christ.
pray for Ed Norton. And I want to pray for him because he's a fine actor, but I then forget about him as soon as the movie's over. Like, yeah, good job, but you're nothing to me.
And he needs a little bit more recognition, you know, after the show.
Well, he's a good actor, you know?
Yeah, he is.
And I really want to pray for J.K. Simmons, who is such a good actor, but he'll forever be associated now with State Farm Insurance. What a way to go. I mean, he must not be well. He thinks that shilling for corporate scum like the insurance industry is going to make him whole, Dad.
Hey, man.
And it's not. He's just a sellout. You know, all these celebrities, Dad, they say they're progressive, and then you see them, you know, shilling for corporations like John Hamm and Will Arnett. I pray for both of them.
Please, hear us, Lord.
Especially John Hamm, who seems to be in every series there is, and then he's shilling for Geico or some shit. What an asshole. Even though when I've met him, he's been super nice. And he knew my first name. And I was like, I like this guy. Maybe if you stop doing commercials, John, maybe I'd like you more. Dad, the person I really want to pray for, though, is P. Diddy.
Oh, yeah, he needs a lot of prayer, son. Yeah, he does. He's going through a hard time. Let's go ahead.
Dad, I want to pray for P. Diddy because I understand.
Tell the Lord, son. Don't tell me.
Oh, okay. Lord, please look over P. Diddy. He can't get baby oil into the prison. He used to fuck like a rabbit, Lord. Him and his friends, they would rub baby oil on themselves. They got a lot of sex slaves to partake in it. Anderson Cooper was named. No, he wasn't, but it sounds funny. I'm sorry, Lord, I go for laughs. I don't care who I besmirch. While we're at it, Lord, I'd like to pray for all the CNN news anchors, especially Wolf Blitzer, who's been telling us bad news for the last 40 years. He must want to kill himself. All right, Dad, I mean CNN, and that's all I want to pray for, I think.
Well, let's go. In God's name we pray.
Amen.
And thanks for joining us on another Praying for Celebrities.
Let me out, Johnny!
All right, we got one more bit to do. Yeah. Now, do you remember what this one is?
I do.
So me and Eddie have observed a lot of perfume commercials out there, and we thought, why not a perfume for the common man? You know, for the everyday, for the dock worker, you know? And so Eddie has released a new perfume, and here's a little bit of that. And now it's time for a perfume that makes you question your decisions in life. It's the Pepitone.
Eau de Pepitone is a perfume that is made in Arkansas only. It is made behind a dumpster in Fayetteville, where Walmart is based. Eau de Pepitone is a viscous liquid. You take a little dab of it and put it behind your ears and watch people vomit. You walk into a bakery and everybody loses their appetite.
Ooh, Pepitone.
Eau de Pepitone, if you rub a little behind your kneecap and then go out dancing, you will definitely not get laid.
Pepitone.
Eau de Pepitone comes in very, very small bottles that have to be smashed against a brick wall. And then you soak up the remaining perfume with a cloth. And then with that cloth, you dab it on yourself.
Ooh, it's a beautiful chemical reaction.
And you go out to a rave. It's 4 a.m. You have a glow stick. You're shaking your money maker. And eau de Pepitone wafts into the air.
Ooh, it
and people,
the nostrils.
People start questioning their existence. When they get a whiff of eau de Pepitone, they say, is it fair that life sucks?
I don't know where I am right now.
Is it fair that I have to work 3 jobs and still have no money? Eau de Pepitone answers that question with an affirmative yes! Ooh, Pepitone. Oh, the Pepitone. It's available in very, very small containers. Very small containers. We sell it next to birdseed. In DIYs.
It's on an atomic level.
Oh, the Pepitone. Get some now and watch people die.
Pick up your Pepitone today at Walmart.
All right, everybody, thank you so much. Eddie Pepitone! Nice! Yeah!
All right, buddy. You better hug me back or I'm gonna feel weird.
We did it.
We did it, folks. How do you feel? You feel good? Well, hopefully we'll be doing more of these shows.
Is that all they've given us? Is maybe?
Yeah, it's kind of a maybe applause. It's kind of a maybe applause, but I'll give you guys one more chance. How you guys feeling? There we go. What about Eddie Pepitone, folks?
Kevin Tienken.
Sharon Mahoney in the back.
Sharon Mahoney.
And give it up for Ric Rosario in the back doing sound. And of course, Patric Moses serving us the beautiful alcohol that makes us a little funny.
And Bruce Gray.
Bruce Gray, I prefer. I like Bruce Gray. I've known him for a long time. He's a great guy. He's heterosexual, but he's got a weird name. All right, folks. Have a great